Can you hear me? Everyone can hear me properly? Great. You all have done the assignment? Everyone's done the assignment? Let's see the assignment first. So how do you solve this? How do you solve this? Sheet 1. Can you all see my screen? Can you see my screen, everyone? Anjali, everybody can see my screen? Please check. Okay, so I have used this to find the name. I could have written one more match here. So I could have said match this here. Something went wrong. Name of the employee. Yeah. So I could have done this. Yep. That's the answer, everyone. That's fine. That's fine, Anjali. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. As long as you understood how to do it, that's good. Everybody got it?
Rushabh, hi, good morning. This is Anjali. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Tell me.
Okay, this is just a request. What you do is, can you zoom your screens? Because what happens is when I look at the recording at a later date, if the recording, I don't have a good bandwidth, no, I'm not able to see it very clearly. So,
okay, all right, sure.
Better if you can zoom
This is better?
Yeah,
this is better? Okay,
Thanks.
sure. Good, you told me. No problem. Good, you told me. All right, so that was sheet 1. What about sheet 2? Sheet 2, everyone. How do you do this? You have to create the drop down. So how do you do this? First thing, what will you do? Rishabh, you can't put a space in the name box. You can't. So you will have to change it to this. Or you put an underscore or something like that. So you can put an underscore or something like this. You can do that. Good, everyone? Any confusion in this? Any confusion? Everybody clear on this one? Guys, what about the others? Who all have not been able to solve the assignment? Please tell me quickly right now. Who all have not been able to solve the assignment? Yes. Who all have not been able to solve? Okay. Sumit, that's by the backend team. You'll have to check with the program manager for the submission feedbacks. Please check with the program manager for that. Everybody else done? Everybody else done this? All right. Okay. Next. Next sheet. How did you do this? The first one. What's your formula? Yeah, put the formula. All right. So that's that. What about the question 2? Can you post your answer for question 2? Sorry, I forgot to zoom. Question 2. Good. Shubhankar, you can't write 5 in the formula. You have to pick it up from up so that when you change this, the value also changes. Don't write it inside. Yes, the pen?
Hello.
Yes, the pen.
Good morning, Rushabh.
Good morning.
So, Rushabh, for question number 2 on sheet 3. So, the thing is, the formula which I have used is this one. Just putting it on the platform.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Here, even though I'm getting the answer, I mean, I've used some offset and everything. The thing is, I've used 200 minus like Q22.
Yeah. So what if your data increases tomorrow? So tomorrow, suppose you get more data, then what?
Okay.
Make sense? Then 200 will not work.
Correct.
It will fail. Right now you got 200 because you have only 199 records in your data. That's why you wrote 200 manually. But if tomorrow your data becomes 205, you'll have to change that 200 to 205. Rather, when you count it, what happens is you are making it dynamic. Make sense?
Thank you.
All right. Anybody any doubts, or can we carry on with today's class? Can we start today's class? Yes, what's the question? Guys, if you have any doubts even from any previous classes, please ask right now.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello. Good morning, Rushabh. Rajkumar here. Rushabh, I have doubt in the indirect function. Okay.
Indirect function. Okay.
Okay. आपने जैसे इनडायरेक्ट फंक्शन में ये था कि जैसे अगर मैं किसी एक शीट में, जैसे मुंबई की एक शीट है, मुंबई को अगर मैं दूसरे उसमें लेता हूं तो वो इनडायरेक्ट यूज हो जाता है.
आपका क्वेश्चन क्या है?
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है, जैसे कि आपके अगर मुंबई की जगह अगर मैं देता हूं साउथ अफ्रीका, सपोज कीजिए.
हाँ.
तो साउथ और अफ्रीका के बीच में स्पेस है.
हाँ, अगर वैसा कुछ है, ठीक है, मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूं. मैं समझ गया आपका डाउट. This is a very particular, very good doubt, guys. This is for everyone, not only for him. This is an excellent doubt. Let me just show you one thing. एक मिनट, मैं एक फाइल ओपन करके दिखाता हूँ आपको. मैंने कहीं पे तो कुछ किया
मैंने एक सीट है, मैं उसको आपको शेयर करूं क्या सबके लिए? अगर
एक मिनट रुक जाइए ना, मैं बताता हूँ आपको. एक मिनट. जी. Okay, so the thing is that, okay, now please observe, everyone, observe carefully. I have two sheets. Okay, everybody got understood his question first? Did you all understand his question, or should I explain the question again? Did you understand the question, everyone? Okay, let me explain the question. So his question is, suppose I have amounts one here, and in second sheet also I have amounts. Okay, so here I have 10, 20, 30, and here I have, let's say, 40, 50, 60. Now the sheet name is not sheet 1, it is London, and the second sheet name is, let's say, South Africa. Okay, now what I want is, so I'm going to name this, right? So I'll name this something, then I'll name this something, right? That is if I want to directly do it here. But if I want to choose from which sheet should I get the value, all right? So let's say I write London here. What I want is that automatically it should give me the sum of this, right? But London I don't want to type manually. Right, so what I will do is I will say indirect of London, right, and this, right? Now here, instead of writing London like this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it up from here, so it still gives me. Is this everybody clear? Is this one much clear with everyone?
Yes.
Everybody? Yes, but now what really happened is, when you said sum of London, okay, see, you got this as your formula, right? But if you say equal to sum of South Africa, there's a little difference in the formula. Everybody please see these formulas. You see, this London doesn't have single quote, but South Africa has single quote. You see that, everyone? Yes. So whenever you pick up data from a sheet where the sheet's name has a space, it automatically puts this single quote. So now if I try to do South Africa here, it will not give me a value because it is not able to read the sheet's name. So what will I do? I'll put a single quote and a single quote here as well. Oops, sorry, somewhere I made a mistake. I didn't put an and sign again. Here, yeah. Now it's able to read it. So if I put London, or if I put South Africa, it's able to read. The reason is whenever you have a sheet with a space, there is a single quote against that. So that you got to introduce before and after your name.
Okay.
Is that okay, everyone?
Okay.
Understood?
Yes.
Good, very good question. Very good question.
सेकंड क्वेश्चंस और है मेरा भी, जो आपने पढ़ाया था मुझे उसी पे थोड़ा सा डाउट है।
हाँ पूछिए।
सेकंड क्वेश्चन जो था सर आपका, इसके अंदर एक मिनट, ये जो आपका था, ये ऑफसेट वाला जो फंक्शन था आपने, जिसमें आपने कहा कि स्टार्टिंग डेट और एंड डेट ये है और उसके बीच का मुझे सम्स निकालना है। ठीक है। अब कंसर्न ये था कि जो डेट हमने जो दिया हुआ है वो एक जैसे 1 2 3 4 5 6 करके दिया हुआ है, मतलब एक पीरियोडिक है, डेट है कि मतलब अगर 2 के बाद 7, लेकिन मेरे पास अगर डेट से अगर ऐसा है कि जैसे मान लीजिए मेरे को जनवरी दिया हुआ है और जनवरी टू मतलब रैंडम नहीं दिया हुआ है, तो मुझे क्या उसमें पहले रो सेलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा या कैसे करना पड़ेगा?
मुझे डेटा दिखाइए कुछ।
मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ, शेयर करता हूँ।
आपके पास है?
हाँ मेरे पास है, मैं आपको शेयर करता हूँ।
हाँ एक मिनट, मैं आपको राइट दे देता हूँ।
हेलो।
हाँ
सर आपको शेयर हो रहा है?
हाँ दिख रहा है। आप राजकुमार अग्रवाल बोल रहे
हैं?
हैं?
ऑफसेट वाली, हाँ जी सर।
हाँ यस ओके। हाँ
सर ये आपको ऑफसेट वाली डेट शीट दिख रही है आपको?
हाँ
सर इसमें आप देखेंगे ऑफसेट वाली में, एक मिनट, ये आपका स्टार्टिंग डेट दिया हुआ है 2 मार्च। ओके।
हाँ ठीक है।
एंड डेट दिया हुआ 7 मार्च।
एंड डेट दिया 7 मार्च।
एंड
हाँ
ठीक है। अब कंसर्न ये है कि अगर मैंने जैसे निकाला सम ऑफ द सेल्स, तो मैं क्या करता हूं, जब हम ऑफसेट में मैच रो और कॉलम करते हैं, तो जब हमारा इसमें क्या करते हैं, जैसे अगर मान लीजिए मेरे 2 से 7 ये रो एक साथ है, मतलब कि जैसे 2 पे यहाँ पे है, 7 पे यहाँ है, अगर टेबल मेरी इस तरह से हो, सपोज कीजिए टेबल इस तरह से हो जहां पे देखिए मंथ दिया हुआ मेरे को निकालना है जनवरी में ये है सेल और सितंबर, अब मुझे निकालना है कि सितंबर टू जनवरी। ओके तो मैं ऐसा नहीं कर जनवरी, अब ऐसा नहीं कर सकता, या तो मुझे उसके लिए मेरे को रो काउंट करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि मैं ऐसा नहीं कर सकता कि भाई सितंबर का ये चीज निकाला और जनवरी का, या मेरा डेट अगर इस तरह का है कि मैंने 1 अप्रैल निकाला, मुझे निकालना है 30 अप्रैल, बीच की डेट से मान लीजिए कुछ रैंडम है, मान लीजिए 7 है, बीच में कुछ और है, मतलब एक जैसी 1 2 3 करके नहीं है, रैंडम डेट है, तो वो मैं माइनस नहीं कर सकता क्योंकि वो रेफरेंस नहीं ले पा रहा है कहीं से।
नहीं सर मैं एकदम
तो या तो
बट सॉर्टिंग तो करना ही पड़ेगा सर, यू विल हैव टू सॉर्ट इट।
हाँ तो सर वही मैं कह रहा, सॉर्टिंग जो करना पड़ेगा, या तो मुझे रो सेलेक्ट, जैसे अभी मैं आपको बताता हूँ, जैसे अभी आपने ये किया, यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे U7 माइनस U6 प्लस 1 मेरी डेट में जहां मैंने, ठीक है, U7 कैसे आया, मैंने U7 माइनस किया कि एंड डेट ये है और U6 ये डेट है, लेकिन अगर मेरा डाटा इसके डेट जो है मेरी, अगर मान लीजिए मैं कहता हूँ
नहीं तो
10 है, और
एक मिनट अभी मेरी बात सुन लीजिए, U7 माइनस U6 प्लस 1 will not help anyway because U7 is a date, U6 is a date, so you'll have to find the row number using match.
हाँ
so match of U7 in the date column minus match of U6 in the date column plus 1.
तो वही चीज मैं बोलना चाह रहा था कि अलग से मुझे रो कॉलम को सेलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा तभी जाके ये वैल्यू आएगी।
बराबर है, नहीं मतलब क्वेश्चन नहीं समझा आपका मैं।
क्वेश्चन ये है सर, देखिए मैं बताता हूँ, आपका यहाँ पे आप डाल लीजिए, मान लीजिए कोई डेट डाल दीजिए आपने, फर्स्ट सेकंड डेट आपने डाल दिया 1 मार्च है, सेकंड डेट है मान लीजिए 28 मार्च है, थर्ड डेट है मान लीजिए आपका 3 अप्रैल है, फोर्थ डेट डाल लीजिए 6 मार्च। ठीक है, ये मतलब एक जैसे सीरीज। अब मुझे निकालना है जी 1 मार्च से लेकर, अब मेरे को डालना है 8 अप्रैल तक, जिसमें कि डेट्स जो है वो रैंडम है, मतलब डेट 1 2 3 करके नहीं है एक साथ। ठीक है, अब मुझे उसका अगर सम निकालना है तो कैसे निकालेंगे?
मतलब यू आर सेइंग दैट इफ यू पुट आई वांट फ्रॉम 1 मार्च टू 31 मार्च, बट 31
हाँ,
मार्च का डेटा है ही नहीं,
नहीं नहीं नहीं, 31 मार्च का डाटा है,
तो
डाटा
क्या
है,
फर्क पड़ता
लेकिन
है
डेट
सर?
जो है वो
ओके, एक कहीं पे बाहर लिखिए इक्वल टू मैच, लिखिए 1 मिनट,
एक
इक्वल टू मैच
ओके
2 मार्च वाला जो डेट है ना U6 उसको पकड़िए,
ओके
कॉमा सिलेक्ट द डेट कॉलम, डेट कॉलम पूरा ले लीजिए, कॉमा 0,
ओके।
तो आपको उसका रो नंबर मिल जाएगा।
हाँ,
बस तो यही
वो वही मैंने कहा कि अलग से, हाँ, रो मुझे रो सेलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा अलग से, वही मैं आपसे पूछा था कि रो हमें फिर अलग से सेलेक्ट करना, क्योंकि यू माइनस इस तरह से हम नहीं कर पाएंगे, वही रो
बस
सेलेक्ट करना
वही तो,
पड़ेगा हमें।
ये सर वही समझाया ना मैंने आपको, मैच यूज करना ही पड़ेगा।
हम्म।
ठीक है,
ओके, ठीक है सर। एक चीज और है सर, इसी सीट के अंदर मेरे आप साइड में देखेंगे, ये फंड वैल्यू मैंने लिखा हुआ है, एक वैल्यू है, ये दिया हुआ है 1 2 3। ठीक है, अब मैं आपको बताता हूँ, जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे फंड को चेक करता हूँ 1 में, तो मेरी वैल्यू 1 2 3 आ रही है। ऐसी अगर मैं इसको चेंज करता हूँ फंड 2, ओके 13 16 19 22 आ रही है, ओके वैल्यू। अब कंसर्न ये है सर, जब मैं इसमें ऑफसेट फंक्शन लगाता हूँ, तो ऑफसेट फंक्शन का जो रेफरेंस लिया मैंने, ऊपर के मतलब जो रो खाली है उस वहां से लिया है, लेकिन अगर मैं जैसे अगर रेफरेंस 22 से लेता हूँ ना, तो वो वैल्यू नहीं आती है फिर वो।
21 मैच 27 F27 ओके, आपका फॉर्मूला ओपन कीजिए।
ये रहा सर, ओपन है।
हाँ, उसमें 22 कर दो, ऑफसेट 22 कर दो, A22,
822 ओके।
और मैच का जो पूरा फॉर्मूला है ना उसके बाद -1 लगा दो।
मैथ के पूरे फॉर्मूले में -1 ओके।
हाँ, अभी ट्राई करो, आपको करना
यू
पड़ेगा,
कांट चेंज व्हाट।
आपको पूरा सेलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा।
ओके, हाँ, एक मिनट ये किया, ये 20 हो गया, और ये -1 किया।
कंट्रोल शिफ्ट एंटर।
हाँ, एक मिनट, कंट्रोल से एंटर कर दिया,
ठीक है
1
सर,
2 आ गया।
ठीक है,
ओके ओके, हाँ हाँ, ठीक ठीक ठीक, थैंक यू।
वेलकम। All right, let's begin everyone. Okay, everybody please open today's file. Let's begin. Come to a sheet called Excel tables. Come to a sheet called Excel tables, and once you are here, let me know. Guys, open the file and let me know when done. Okay. Now we are going to begin something called as Excel tables. Okay, so first is a normal Excel range. The other part is Excel tables. Okay, now everybody please pay attention here carefully. Leave everything for the next 2 minutes and just pay attention here, everyone. Leave everything and just pay attention here. So Excel range will mean A2 to A10 or A1 to GH10, whatever. But an Excel table will have a name, table 1 or products or customers. Is that okay, everyone? Is that okay? Hmm? Yes. Now let's say your data has 10 columns. So your range will be what? A1 to J something, let's say J100, right? Yes or no? Yes or no, right? But here this will be the name of your table. So here if your data increases, this will become A1 to J101, then A1 to J102, right? The range keeps increasing, but here name itself is constant, range may increase, range will increase. So it doesn't matter what your range is, you have to call it only that name. How we did named range, right? We just remember the name of the table, that's all. Is that okay? So the name of the table will not change if the range increases. Here how the range increases. Secondly, now if I want to run a formula, let's say J column has quantity, okay? And I want to say if J2 is less than 10, then yes, otherwise no. Simple formula, yes or no, everyone? Simple formula. Hmm? But here I'm going to say if customers quantity is less than 10, then yes, otherwise no. This is important to understand that here you put a cell reference, you give a cell name, but here you give the name of the column and then in square brackets you give the name of the, sorry, you give the name of the table first and then in square brackets you give the name of the column. Is that okay? Is that okay, everyone? Make sense? Okay. So in a way, range has cells, table has no cells, has only columns. Is that okay? Is that okay, everyone? All right, everyone. Now let's see. First, you can convert a range into a table and also a table back to a range. Okay. When you convert range to a table, formatting gets applied automatically. Okay. But when you convert it back, the formatting does not get removed automatically. Okay, please note this down. I'm copy pasting all this into the chat box. Please note all this down. Done everyone? Can I carry on? Guys, let me know once you're done. I'll carry on. All right. Now please observe. Please observe. Everybody come to this sheet Excel tables and select your data. Control A. Select your data. Control A. Then you press Control T. Control T. You get this box which will say that you want to create a table. Yes, I want to create a table and my data has headers. You press OK and your data will suddenly look different. Control T, you say my data has headers and you press enter, everything will suddenly look different. Good everyone? Good till here? Good till here everyone? Now, if you want to work on this, see there are a couple of things that you need to understand first. So click inside the data and you will see that suddenly there is a new tab now which is called design. Did you find that everyone? Design tab? Yes? Okay. On the leftmost part of the design tab, do you see a table name? Table 1. Click inside. Ashutosh, click inside. Did you convert it to table, Ashutosh? First, did you convert it to table, Ashutosh? First do that. That's what I explained, no? How? I just explained. Control T. Okay. Everybody found the design tab? Ashutosh, tell me if you don't get it. Okay. Now, on the leftmost part, you can see a table name. Right now, the name of the table is table 1. You can click there and rename it. So let's say I write sales and you can press enter. So now the name of your table is sales. Please do that everyone. That's how you can rename a table. Let me know once you're done. Guys, please keep telling me once you're done with something, so I'll know that you're following. Now, also what happens is, many a times your formatting will go away. Okay, so you'll have to select the date column again and press Ctrl Shift 3 to get your formatting back. I hope you remember the shortcut Ctrl Shift 3. All right. Now, please observe everyone, please observe. Now what we can also do is you can convert this back to a range. We will not do it right now, but just observe how to do it. Just look at my screen. There's nothing much to learn in this. I'll just tell you how to do it. So if I select this and there is an option called convert to range. If I do that, it will say, do you want to convert it back? If you say yes, it will get converted back. That's all. But the coloring will not go. Formatting will not go. It will remain as it is, but it will become like a normal Excel range. Is that okay, everyone? Simple enough. We don't want to do it right now, but just remember that you can do that. Alright. Now, what we want to now start doing is we want to, let's say, add a column in our data. So what we are going to do, we are going to go to K column and write incentive. Just when you write incentive, boom, that automatically becomes a part of the table because it was just written next to it. Right? Please do that much. Please do that much. Now let's put a formula equal to. Now very important that you understand this. I'm going to be clicking on J2, but it's not taking J2. It's taking @total. Okay. So it's telling me that this is not a cell anymore. This is a column. So @total into 10% if I write, and when I press enter, boom, it applies to the entire column. You don't have to do it to one cell and then copy the formula down. It doesn't have to be done that way. You just have to write equal to that column. Let's click on that cell. You may think that you're clicking on the cell, but internally it is taking the entire column. Guys, please pay attention when I'm showing it. Please pay attention. Equal to, I clicked here, so it takes the column instead of the cell. When I write 10%, it copies the formula automatically below. Done everyone? Please let me know when you're done. Alright. Sumit, just a simple thing, equal to, click here. That's all that I've done, nothing else. Did it work? Show me your screen. Show me your screen. Show me your screen. Let me see, in case you are using an older version of Excel. Maybe that could be a problem. Let me see that. Share your screen, Sumit. Share your screen, please. Yeah, you're using an older version of Excel. That could be the reason. No problem. Delete this. Delete the formula. Forget it. Yeah. Delete the entire data, the entire column formula. Now write equal to on top. Click on total. Okay, that's fine. That's just a version difference. Don't worry. It means the same. Into 10%. Into 10%. Or you do into 10%, you're just putting it equal to enter. Yeah. Alright. Okay. So now this is how you can see your basic formula. But now if I write a formula outside and I say equal to sum of, I want to take the summation of this column, right? So when I click here, yes, I don't have to really do this. Okay. Sorry, when I click here and I do this, it becomes sales incentive. But if I click on only one, it will give me at the rate incentive. Okay, so that's wrong. So you got to say select the entire and it becomes sales incentive. Is that okay, everyone? Is that okay? Please try this out. I already explained this earlier. It takes the name of the column, comma, it gives, sorry, in square brackets, it gives you the column name. Not perfectly, Deepayan. There's a little difference. I'll just explain that in some time. I'll explain that in some time. Don't worry. All right. Now, when you do this, now what you want to do is you want to increase your data. All right. You want to add one more row of data. So what you will do is you will put your cursor in the last cell. Now, when you scroll down, you will also see that you don't need to do free space. Okay. When you scroll down automatically, if you see my screen, my row numbers have all changed to the header names. Can you all see that? There is no ABCD anymore. That's the column name itself. Can you all see that? So that's how it becomes automatically. Alright. Now, when I am on my last cell and I press tab, okay, whatever I write becomes a part of my data automatically. So let's say I type all this, and as soon as I give a price and a quantity, boom, my formulas are created automatically. I did not have to make them again, or I did not even have to copy the formula down. Is that making sense, everyone? Please try this out, and this becomes a part of your data. Let me know once you're done. Yes, because that also was given earlier, right? All right. Now, what we can do is, so this way you can add data however you want. Now go to the design tab, everyone. Go to the design tab. And on the right side, you have all these color options. That's just colors. I'm not going to get into much of that. You can just choose whatever color you like, whatever option you like. So let's say I take this one, whatever. But now, along with this, I can say highlight my first column. And it looks like this. Yes, say last column, highlight the last column, so it looks like this. All right, now if you say banded columns, it looks like this. Now if I click on total row, do that everyone. Let me finish, you'll understand automatically. Click on total, everyone. You get this total row, everyone, automatically. Yes, below. Now in this, you can go to any of the columns last cell and you can choose what you want to see here. So I can say that I want a sum of my total, but quantity, I want to say an average quantity. So here you can choose whatever function you want, and as soon as you increase your data, the total row will keep going down and your values will also keep updating. Make sense? Make sense? Try this out. Try this out. So switch it on, then go down. Guys, I'm not going to repeat everything up. Please pay attention when I'm showing this. Otherwise, we won't be able to carry on at all. Please pay full attention when I'm showing it. In the design tab, there's a direct option, total row. That's all. Done this, everyone? Done this? Done this? All right. Now, what we can do is we can say insert a slicer. All right, so now I'm going to zoom out a little so that you understand what I'm doing. Now on top in the design tab, there's an option called insert slicer. So when you do that, you get this option. Okay, let's say I take color and I take size and I press OK. Just observe right now. I hope you're just observing, guys. Don't do anything right now. Let me finish and I'll give you time to do it. So this is my data and these are my slicers, right? Now, what I will do is I will simply select black color and my data will get filtered only for black color. All right. If I click on blue, I'll get only blue, green, red, whatever. Within red or within, let's say, black, I want to see data of only double XL. I'll click here and I'll get only that. So you can very easily filter your data using these slicers outside. You don't have to go to each column and do it. So you can use these slicers only in an Excel table. It doesn't work in a normal range. Good, everyone. Please try this out now. Yeah, 2007 you don't have a slicer option. In 2007 you won't have a slicer option. It's only there from 10 onwards. Done everyone? All right. Coming to Neha's question, what is count and what is count numbers? Can anybody tell me what is count and what is count numbers? Difference between count and count numbers? Come on, you should have known this, Neha. You don't need to ask this. What is the difference between count and count numbers? Tell me, everyone. Everybody should know this by now. Count will be, come on, tell me. Count will give you count A, and count numbers will give you numbers. So here you don't have any numbers. Here you have the count. Simple, nothing else. Okay. All right, everyone. Let's go to the next sheet. Let's go to the next sheet. Everyone, please be with me now. Yes, basically count is count A. Yes, absolutely. Okay, is everybody with me? Is everybody with me now? Yes. Leave everything and just observe carefully here. Okay, let's say I am making an invoice. Okay, so here I'll say invoice number. Here I'll say invoice date. Here I'll say two. Then here I'll say um, work and amount. And let's say here I say total amount. Okay, I'm just writing a very simple one. It doesn't have to be obviously the proper invoice format. So here I'm going to be writing my data, correct? Here I'll write my data. Here I'll write my data, and here I'll write my data. Yes or no? Yes, this is just a heading, invoice, right? Good, everyone. Basic understanding is clear. What we want to do, we want to create an invoice template. Yes. Now, only these cells are the ones where you want to put some data, right? Yes or no? Everything else has to be constant. Once you make your template, everything else has to be constant, right? So what you can do is you can create something like this. So go ahead and quickly in 2 minutes create something like this and let me know once you're done. Just quickly create something like this. Make anything, guys. Don't have to make whatever what I made. You can just make whatever you want. Just simple something like this. Okay, now everybody please observe. Please observe. What we will do is we are going to learn how to protect. Okay, so actually, okay, let me explain first. There are two things. One is locked and one is hidden. Okay, actually, everything is locked, but the lock is activated only when you give a password. Okay, is that okay, everyone? Please note this down somewhere. Done, everyone? Now, so what we are going to do is we are going to first make sure that whatever you want to edit should be unlocked, right? So select all these blue cells which you want to be able to edit, okay? Then right click and then click on format cells. In that, go to protection, and in that remove the lock. Remove the lock. Okay, so these cells are the one that you don't want to, sorry, you want to edit, and you press OK. Is that okay, everyone? Done, everyone? Done? Okay, now go to the review tab, and click on protect sheet. In that, you put a password, let's say ABC, whatever password you want to put. ABC. And now you try to edit everything else except this, you'll understand what I was saying. Understood, everyone, how this works? Any doubt? Any doubt, anyone? Initial protection? All right. Now we are starting with a new topic which is called what if analysis. So I want you all to pay attention here. We are starting with what if analysis. Everybody please observe carefully. I'm sorry. Everybody please observe carefully. There are three parts of what if analysis. First is called a goal seek. Second is data table, and third is scenario manager. Now, first we are going to learn goal seek. All right. So goal seek basically is for reverse calculation. All right. Okay. Now please tell me, everyone. Please tell me, if there is 100 rupees and you want to add 5%, how much is it? 100 plus 5% is, and 105 minus 5% is, yes, come on, tell me. Is it 100? Is it 100? Is it ever 100? So it's not 100. All right. So keeping this in mind that reverse calculation is little tougher, let's see how to do this. Okay, using Excel, it becomes very simple. So I'm going to go to the first example, which is billing. Everybody please come here. Now there is an invoice amount of 10,000 rupees. On that the GST is 18%. So the total is 11,800, right? Now you want to apply a discount on this, right? So how do you do that? How do you do that? So first thing is, if you say discount, you'll have to again calculate the GST anyways, right? So rather what we want is, we want to make this value only 11,000. Is that making sense, everyone? So the question is, how much plus 18% will give you exact 11,000? Is that equation clear? Is that equation clear, everyone? So how do we do this? So you keep your cursor here. Keep your cursor here on the final. Now go to data tab, and on the right side there is something called as what if analysis. In that there is an option called goal seek, and this will open up. Set cell, which cell? The one that we have already pointed to, because we want that cell to be 11,000 by changing the invoice amount. So I have pointed to B3 for that. Interesting? You press OK, you'll understand what I was saying. Easy enough? All right. Now please observe. Please observe. This is the second example. I'm going to make one example here. I'm writing the question up here. Then you solve it. Total sales you want to be 60 lakhs. All right. So if you want to keep everything else constant, how many cups of Java chip will you have to sell to get the total to be 60 lakhs? Please try this out, everyone. Please try this out. Good. If you had to do this manually, it would have taken a long time. Yes or no? So how do I do this? Whoever didn't get it, please see here. I keep my cursor on my objective, which is the final sales. I go to what if analysis goal seek. I say set this cell to 60 lakhs by changing the number of cups for Java chip. That is F6. When I do this, it reverse calculates and tell me that if you sell 12778 cups of Java chip, your final profit will be this much. Interesting, everyone? I've written three more questions. Everybody, please complete this. Please complete this. I've written three more questions. See the red color. Complete this, everyone. Complete solving these. This was question 1. This is question 2. This is question 4. This is question 3. Once you do it, please put your answers. Done, everyone? Done?
हेलो
Yes.
हेलो ऋषभ राजकुमार ये
Yeah.
ऋषभ एक चीज पूछना था, जैसे इसमें आपने गोल सीक में एक कंडीशन हमने एक फिक्स किया, लेकिन जैसे अभी आपका क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 है या 2 है, उसमें अगर मुझे दो कंडीशंस में मतलब कि एक वैल्यू चेंज करानी है कि मतलब जैसे टोटल सेल्स मेरे को 60 लाख रखनी है, लेकिन मुझे ये करना है प्राइस मुझे चेंज करना है एक दो आइटम का, जैसे कैफी मोचा का और हॉट चॉकलेट का, तो हम इसमें कर सकते हैं एक साथ?
नहीं हो सकता है ना, मैथमेटिकली पॉसिबल नहीं है, बिकॉज अगर दो चीज़ वेरिएबल हो जाती है तो लूप में चले जाएगा वो साइमल्टेनियस इक्वेशन में, तो दोनों का कभी वैल्यू
ओके।
मिलेगा ही नहीं आपको।
हाँ,
लेकिन दूसरा
क्वाड्रेटिक
दूसरा
इक्वेशन से एक टाइप से।
हाँ, इक्वेशन एक ही बन सकता है ना,
हाँ
यू कैन ओनली हैव वन वेरिएबल इन दिस
हाँ।
इक्वेशन। लेकिन उसका एक दूसरा
ओके
मेथड जो है वो नेक्स्ट शीट में हम लोग देखने वाले हैं।
ओके ओके ओके, ठीक है, थैंक यू।
यस, वेलकम। Everybody understood Rajkumar's question? Yes, Deepan, we can do that also. We will see that as well. That's a part of solver. We will see that as well. All right. Let's go ahead, everyone. Come to data table. Come to data table. Everybody come to data table. So now the point is that this is again the same data, but the question is saying what will be my total sales if the price of cafe mocha varied by these values? So if it was 90, what would be my sale? If it was 100, what would be my sale? 110, 120. Make sense? Make sense, everyone? Question is clear? Yes? Now observe carefully. You've got to make a structure for this. So first, tell me how many variables are there in the question? How many variables are there in the question? No, that is not 7. Variations will be 6 or 7, but variable is only 1, which is, what is the variable? Which is the variable? Perfect. Price of cafe mocha. And the output that you require is total sales. Alright. So when we look at only one input data table, because it is one variable, we call it one input data table. Now the structure is like this. Here you can write any text, any text. Here you can say equal to, so you have to say equal to formula for output. Okay, please note this down, everyone. You have to follow this structure. Okay, you can't mess around with this structure. So everybody please observe carefully. I'm going to just highlight this so you understand. Here you say input 1, I'm writing input like this, input 2, like this you put your inputs, and here you will get your output 1, output 2, and so on. Okay, everyone, please note this down, everyone. Please note this down like this, so you'll remember the structure of how to create a data table. Let me know once you're done, then I'll start. Can I start? Okay. Now, how do we write this? How do we write this? Please observe. It's okay. Harshali, don't worry. Just put a single stroke before it. Single stroke. It will get converted to text. So let's put a single stroke and that will be fine. Alright. Now, how do you write this? Any text means, let's say I write price of cafe mocha. Okay. You can write whatever text you want. Observe carefully, everyone. Don't do anything right now. Next to that, what do you want in the output? What do you want in the output? What do you want in the output? The total sales, right? So I'm going to say equal to this. So I'm not going to say 54 lakh 10,000 manually. I'm going to equate it to that. So it will use this as your formula. Okay. And below this, because I want to write my inputs, I'm going to write 90, 100, 110, 120, 130 and so on. Whatever inputs you have been asked for. Okay, it's up till 150, right? So I'm going to just put this little up and 140, 150. Yes. So make this much and let me know once you're done, then we'll carry on. None everyone? Okay, now select this by using control or just select this. Now in the data tab, you go to what or data table. In what if analysis, go to data table. Now tell me the 90, 100, 110, 120 are mentioned in a single column or a single row. column. That's why we will use column input cell, and I will say that okay, my input is price of cafe mocha, because those values are for the price of that cafe mocha. Make sense, everyone? When you press OK, what you get is your respective values immediately. Understood, everyone? This formula. No, so this structure will tell you, because you selected this entire thing, this structure inbuilt in Excel is in such a way that it understands that whatever is written in this cell will be the output. That's how it works. That is the structure of the one input data table. Getting it, everyone? As we'll do one more thing and then we'll take a break. Let me know once you're done with this, then we'll do one more thing. Now, everybody please observe. I'm going to explain you the structure of the second one and you got to do it yourself, okay? You got to do it yourself. Please observe, everyone, please observe. I'm just going to put up the structure of how this works and then you have to do it yourself. See, this is how the two input data table works. You got to put your formula for output first in the first cell, okay? Below that you put in your inputs and next to that you put in your inputs for the other. So your input for first variable inputs for the second variable, and obviously all these are outputs. Is that clear, everybody? Is the structure clear? Is the structure clear to everybody? Go ahead and solve the second question. You decide what should be row input cell, what should be column input cell, and get the answer. It's pretty simple if you understand the structure. Easy? It was pretty simple, right? I hope you all are getting it. Done, anyone? Getting it, not getting it? So there are two variables, Nishant. You didn't read the question. There are two variables. There are two variables, right? So how I would do this is, I'm going to do it below this, equal to the formula for output, right? That's my formula, and my inputs are Java chip in 140 to 200 and quantity 12,000 to 20,000. Okay. 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. Let's say 12,000, 14,000, 16,000, 18,000, and 20,000. Alright. Let's say these are my variables. So that's the Java chip and quantity. Perfect. Now what will I do? I'll select this. I hope you all are watching, everyone, whoever has not got it. Data table. My column input cell is my price of Java chip because that's written in the column. And my row input cell is cups of Java chip. And that's your answer. That's how simple it is. Quantity. Read the question, Jay. Done, everyone? Done everyone? Can I carry on? Only 5-6 people have replied. Okay. I think let's take a break here. It's already 11:40, I think. Yeah. Can we all be back by 2 o'clock? Can we all be back by 2 o'clock? Sorry, 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock everyone, not 2 o'clock. 12 o'clock? Perfect. Okay. See you in 20 minutes. Less than 20 minutes actually. See you at 12 o'clock. Carry on, everyone. Carry on. Sumit, I didn't understand your question. Can you ask your question again? And everybody come in the scenario manager sheet now. We're going to learn that.
Hello.
Yes, Sumit.
Sir, in seat protection,
Hmm.
can you open seat protection sheet?
Yeah, tell me.
ओके यहाँ यदि जैसे अदर पर्सन ओनली अमाउंट ही इंटर कर सकता है तो क्या हम स्पेसिफिक फार्मूला इंसर्ट कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे?
हाँ, मतलब अगर आपको चाहिए कि यहाँ पे फॉर्मूला कोई डाल दे।
हाँ, कि हमको सिर्फ अमाउंट ही इंटर कर सकता है, अदरवाइज कोई अदर इंटर नहीं कर सकता।
सर डेटा वैलिडेशन किया ना हमने, डेटा वैलिडेशन सीखा ना हमने।
नहीं सर, पर वो तो डेटा वैलिडेशन को रिमूव भी कर सकता है ना।
हाँ, अगर एक बार वो कर दिया तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता है। यस, वैसे नहीं हो सकता है। हेलो।
हाँ सर।
हाँ, डेटा वैलिडेशन अगर किसी ने रिमूव किया तो निकल जाएगा, बाकी आप ऑन रख सकते हैं उसको। यस, ऑल राइट, ओके, एवरीबडी कम टू सिनेरियो मैनेजर. Come to scenario manager, everyone. Now, what we learned in goal seek was reverse calculation, right? What we learned in data table was one or two inputs vary, one output you get. Yes or no? Yes, everyone. One output as in output of only one thing, either sales or whatever, right? And scenario manager, you can have n number of inputs and n number of outputs. Okay, but the only problem is it's not dynamic, it is very static. Okay, so when you make it one time. If you want to change anything, you have to again recreate everything. Is that okay, everyone? So we are going to learn this, how to do this. So let's say you are working in this coffee shop and you've been given a task of understanding that, okay, what the sales are and how to look at the projection. So you've been asked to create a projection of two options. One is what will happen in the best case. Second is what will happen in the worst case. Okay, what kind of sales you're expecting in the best case, what kind of sales you're expecting in the worst case. So everybody go to data of what if analysis scenario manager. Everybody come here. Everybody come here. And now in this, you click on add. You click on add. All right. Now scenario name. So I'm going to give the name as a best case. And obviously, when you talk about sales in a coffee shop, you talk about the cups that you sell, right? Number of cups that you sell. So in changing cells, I'm going to choose these three. Changing cells. Done this much, everyone? Done this much? Now, when you press enter, you get option to enter the values. So I'm saying in the best case, I'll be able to sell 18,000 cafe mocha, 15,500 hot chocolate, and 12,000 java chip. You can put whatever values you want. These are examples. Put whatever values you want. Now, in this, you press OK, and then you go into add one more time. Click on add one more time. And the scenario name you give as worst case. Okay. Again, those same cells you keep as changing cells. And you press OK, you get the option. So let's say you say worst case, I'll be able to sell 9,000 cafe mocha, 8,500 hot chocolate, and 4,500 java chip. You can put again whatever values you want. Make sure you have two cases like this, at least two. You can create even more. Once you're done with this much, let me know and I'll carry on. Now, click on summary. There is a button called summary. Click on that. And here you get an option of what do you want to compare. So I want to compare both of these values, the quantity as well as the sales. So I'm not selecting only the sales, I'm selecting the quantity as well as the sales. And you press OK. And something will happen, a new sheet will be created with a comparison of both. Done, everyone? Understood how this works? So when I say n number of inputs, because right now there were only 3 items in the menu card, there could be 35 items. So n number of inputs and n number of outputs. Outputs right now are only sales and quantity. You could have cost price, you could have profit, sell price, whatever. So you can compare multiple things like this. Good till here, everyone? Good till here? So that was your what if analysis. Now we are going to go into something called a solver. Is everybody with me? Can I start solver? Perfect. I think we have a lot of people, but not everybody is responding. Sandeep, Siddharth, Harshali, these people are not writing anything. Are you guys there? Sandeep, Siddharth, Harshali, everybody else is speaking to me. Okay. All right. So now, okay, perfect. Now, what we want to look at is that somebody had asked some time back, what if I want to restrict something? Meaning that if I'm looking at higher sales, best case, I can write whatever you want, right? I can write 15,000 cups, 25,000 cups, 40,000 cups, but that's not possible every time, right? So we want to limit based on realistic figures, right? So now what the question is saying that, okay, this is what we want to do. We want to achieve the highest sales, but we have certain constraints in the business. On the right side, if you see, I've mentioned the constraints. So what are the constraints? Yes, I want the highest sales, but my price of cafe mocha cannot be higher than 130. My price of hot chocolate cannot be higher than 140. Like that, I have mentioned the criteria for each and every field. But if you observe the quantity, it's saying price quantity of cafe mocha cannot be more than 15,000, hot chocolate 15,000, Java chip 10,000. If you add those values, they come to 40,000. But the total quantity, the capacity of the machine itself is 38,000. So you cannot go beyond 38,000. Are the constraints clear to everyone? Are the constraints clear to everyone? So if you see the data, it's just a copy of the data. If you see the data right now, the total is 38,000 because we are selling at this way. So we want to know how much should we sell of what and at what price to get higher sales than 54 lakh 10,000. Okay. So first thing, before we start, you got to get the solver plugin. Okay, it's an add-in, not a plugin, sorry, it's an add-in. You got to get the solver add-in. So I mentioned the steps on the right side. Can you see the steps, everyone? Please go ahead and get the solver add-in. Once you do that, in the data tab on the right side, you will see this option called solver. Please go ahead and do that. And if you don't understand, please ask me. Please do that much. Hey, read in your file, no, Sumit? Come on, guys, read in your file. This is there in your file also. Did you get it? This sheet is there in your file. Done, everyone? Got it activated? You have the solver now? Then click on the solver and this box will open up. Okay. By the time it's installing, everyone please just observe because anyways you have to see what I'm doing. Okay. Just observe for the next 2-3 minutes. Okay. I've kept the data twice only so that you can understand कि पहले क्या था बाद में क्या हुआ. Alright. Only for that reason that what was the earlier values, what was the now value. So set objective. I'm going to do this on the second data set. Okay. So I'm saying I want the final sales, which is D14, to be maximum. So I want the value of D14 to be highest. Why? Because it's sales. So if my data is of, let's say, production, manufacturing, and I'm looking at cost price, I will make it minimum. Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? And suppose I want to make it at a particular value, that I want my final cost price to be, let's say, my final purchasing to be 10 lakhs. Then I'll write value of. Is that okay, everyone? So you decide what you want with that by changing. So I want these 6 values to change. Yes or no? Because we are going to define the price constraints on the price and on the cups quantity. Yes. Make sense, everyone? Make sense? Guys, don't do anything, just observe right now. It's very simple, you just have to understand properly. Until you're no problem? Yes? Now, how do we add those constraints? So I'm going to click on add, and my first constraint is that the price of cafe mocha has to be less than or equal to 130. Is that making sense? Is that making sense, everyone? Similarly, I'm going to click on add again and say price of hot chocolate can be maximum 140, add. Price of java chip can be maximum 170, add. Quantity of cafe mocha can be 15,000, add. Quantity of hot chocolate can be 15,000. I hope everybody is observing well. I hope all of you are observing well. Add. Total quantity cannot be up to 38, it has to be equal to 38,000. Is that clear, everyone? You get all these options here. It has to be equal to 38,000. Is that clear, everyone? Once you do this, you press OK and you will see that all those constraints are listed here. Okay? Please do this much now and then let me know once you're done. Just do this much and let me know once you're done. Okay, let me know once you're done. Done, everyone? Now, once you do this, You click on solve. When you do that, it does some calculations and asks you that if you want to keep the solver solution, you say okay and see what you get. Your sales has increased by 80,000 rupees. Yes, nominal change, but such a simple thing, and you are able to create more 80,000 rupees. Right? So what it did is it recalculated the price and the quantity best suitable to get higher sales. So now if you start following this marketing strategy, that these are your sales targets, automatically you will be able to generate 80,000 rupees more sales. Interesting? Awesome. Alright, please save your files everyone. Please keep saving your files. So that was about solver. Come to the next sheet, which is grouping. Grouping. Now, okay. So coming to this, Nishant's question is what is this? So these are solving methods. I'm not going to get into much statistical way of doing this, but if you just Google what are these three methods, it will explain you the difference. That's all. These are just simple statistical methods. If you just Google the names, you'll understand what is the difference. They're solving methods. One thing I forgot to tell you, if you click on solve, you get these options, reports. Sorry, I forgot to say about this. If you click on these reports and you say okay, what happens is you get a few more sheets which tells you what really happened. Okay, inside what really happened. It tells you this report, through this report. So you can do this as well. I'll just repeat, in the solver, when you click on solve, after that you get a list of reports. Just click on them and press OK. Those reports will come out. Okay, everyone? Yeah, the method will be some different. Yeah, so that's what. So normally GRG nonlinear is only used normally in all scenarios. But otherwise, if you want to do something very specific, you got to go for the other options. All right. Okay, everybody come to grouping everyone. So now when you build a tracker, okay, so this is actually a live example of one of my projects that I was working on. So this is that a production cycle is there, and these are the stages of the production, that you have an order received, then you source the material, then you inspect the material, you make a pattern, you cut the fabric, you stitch it, you finish it, you pack it and you ship it. Okay, so let's think of a t-shirt only. So this is your process for creating your t-shirt. Yes, everybody, manufacturing process. Now when you have something like this, generally your data runs into 60-70 columns sometimes, or at least 30-40 columns, because there's so much of data to be maintained. Now right now we've just put dates, okay, but actually at every stage you will have a lot of data to be stored. Yes or no? I've just made it simple so that you understand with these many columns, 10 columns, but actually this would run into at least 40-50 columns. Now to read 40-50 columns left to right is going to be very difficult, right? So what we can do is, please do it with me. Select these columns first. Select these columns, all the columns. Select all the columns. Okay. Now under the data tab on the right side there is an option called group, and you click on that group and you'll get this option. In that you choose columns and you press OK. I'll repeat. In the group, you select and click on columns because you want to do column wise grouping, and you press OK. Nothing has happened. Only little above your data, you see some 1 and 2. Yes or no? We're not done yet. Huh? We're not finished yet. So this much happened. Yes. Now what you do is you select from the first. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry. I made a mistake. Can you please undo this, everyone? Can you please undo this? Sorry, I made a mistake. Can you please undo this? I'll explain you what I was trying to do. So what we want is, sorry about that, just undo this normal, get it normal. We always want to see these two columns all the time, okay, order ID and order received. So we'll not touch that. We'll touch from here, from material source to shipping, and click on group and columns. I'll repeat, from material source to shipping, click on group and columns. So now something has happened. Good till here, everyone? Material source to shipping. Good till here? Okay. Now select material source to finishing. To finishing, just choose these columns and do the same thing. Group, columns, okay. And then you click from material source to material inspected, only these two columns. You click on group, columns, okay. So you have created three groupings, one from material source to shipping, second from material source to finishing, and third from material source to material inspected. Is that okay, everyone? Now, on above your data on the left side, you see this 1, 2, 3, 4? Click on 1 in that. Click on 1. Click on 1. And all your columns will be hidden. Only these two columns will be seen. Because we did not group these. Remember that mistake that I did in the beginning? If you would have chosen these, ye bhi chup jata. Even this would be hidden. So we don't want to hide this. Now click on 2 and you will know that when it was packed and shipped. Only packed and shipped. That's the only information that you want to know. But suppose you want to know other more information also. You click on 3. So you will know, okay, when was the pattern made, when was stitching done. You want to still go further inside, you click on 4 and you will get all the data. So this is how you can group your columns very easily to see only limited amount of data at a time, rather than seeing those 40-50 columns and getting lost on the way. Make sense? Make sense, everyone? How grouping works? Similarly, if you can do for rows as well, I generally don't do it for rows because you can just simply use filter. It's just much easier to use. So I use it generally only for columns. Can we group only? Yes, you can group only sequence wise. You'll need those columns together. And it also makes sense like that actually, right? Only then it is logical to ungroup and group it. Alright, everyone? Okay. Now let's go to the next one, that is subtotals. Okay. Now when it comes to subtotals, let's say first, okay, first, normally your data is mentioned like this, right? So what, just understand the data well, okay? I'm just going to explain the data. So on the first day in February, you got a budget of 10,000 rupees. On the second day in February itself, you made an expense of 1500, then you gave out salary, you gave out travel expense. Then again in January, you got a budget of 10,000. Now if you see, the data is not sorted by month, yes or no? It's not sorted correctly, yes or no? Hmm? So what you want to first do is make sure that the data is sorted correctly. All right. And then we will see what we are really wanting to achieve. So what I want is Jan, then Feb, then March. But within that, I also want that the category should be budget first and then expense. Yes or no? Yes or no? I should get money in and then put it out. Yes or no? So observe carefully, okay, how I'm doing this. I'm going to click on sort. Oh, I've already done this, so we'll remove these. I'll say add level month wise. When I say A to Z, what happens is I get February, Jan, March. But what I really wanted is a custom list. Okay, so I can go to custom and I can say I want Jan, then Feb, then March. When you do this and press OK, your data gets sorted like that. Go ahead and please try this out. In this, you take custom list and then take Jan, Mar, Feb, Jan, Feb, Mar. Get the sorting done first. Done everyone? Now in this, we are going to say add one more level, and in that you give me category wise, and yes, I want budget first because B comes before E, you can say A to Z, right? And then within that you want subcategory wise. So all your food expenses come together, all your travel expenses come together, and then you press OK. Please do this much, everyone. Done everyone? Your sorting is done? Sorting is done everyone? Okay. Now what we are going to do is in the data tab, go into below group, there is an option. Oh, sorry. If you had to ungroup ever, you just click on ungroup. Sorry, I forgot to say that. So group first to group, ungroup first to ungroup. Simple. Now we are going to learn this subtotal. So click on this subtotal. And we are saying at each change in month, give me the sum of the amount. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? Yes, no? You press OK after this, and you get a subtotal of each month. What is the balance that you have in hand? So if you see Jan, out of that 1 lakh, you still have 22,800, but in Feb you overspent 800, and in March you have saved 33,500. So what is the total left? 55,500. Is that okay, everyone? Now this is a part of your data. You've not typed this, but it automatically came in. Okay, but if you did not sort this would not happen. I hope you understood that. Why sorting was important. Otherwise it could have not come like this. Guys, just observe. Let me explain this why sorting was important. Just observe carefully. Let me quickly explain you. If the data was like this, okay, now see here, what would have happened? Amount, let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. What would have happened at each change in month, right? So it would have done this and give you a summation of this. Here, because the month changed, it would have given you summation of this only. But now the month again changed, so it will give you a summation of obviously one number. But now if you see, this and this was supposed to be together. Yes or no? Yes or no? So that is why you got to make sure that all your Januaries are together, and then you do this. Alright, everybody? Now, within this, we again go to subtotal and we say, now I want to keep this, don't remove this. So I'm going to untick the replace current subtotals. First, untick that, replace current subtotals. It's in the last three options. Did you remove that tick, everyone? Did you remove that tick? This is very important to remove the tick. Remove the tick, everyone. After that, you say, now I want a change in. Arey, you put the data like that, Rishabh. This is manually entered. Now, you select category. You say that, okay, now within month, at each change in category, I want the summation of the amount. So when you press OK, you get that, okay, total budget was 1 lakh and total expense was this, and hence my Jan total was this much. So if you get budget twice, you could have got 1,50,000, for example, you would have got 1,50,000 as your budget total. Good till here, everyone? Good till here? Good till here? Now you want one more. You want the subcategory wise also. So you again go to subtotal. You say do not replace the current subtotals, and say at each change in subcategory, give me the sum of amount. Not further bifurcates it. But now to read this data is very difficult. Yes or no? To read this data is very difficult. Yes or no? Because too many subtotals are applied. So now on the left side, you click on that one thing, one. So you will know that, okay, as of now, you have 55,500 rupees in hand. When you had spent, when you click on 2, you get a bifurcation of month. If you click on 3, you'll get a bifurcation of what was the budget, what was the expense. And if you click on 4, you get full bifurcation. Interesting, everyone? Interesting? So you don't have to create a separate report out of this. Your report is within the data itself. It's just that it has to be sorted really, really well. Make sense? Good, everyone? So this is how you can create a subtotal. Now we are going to see one more thing in subtotal. if I go to subtotal and I say page break between, oh sorry, we'll have to first remove a subtotal for this. So you'll have to say remove all subtotals. Okay, please do this everyone, remove all subtotals. So your subtotals are gone. Okay, now observe carefully. Sorry, I should have taught this in that only, so we didn't have to remove it. Sorry about that. So now what I'm going to do, just observe everyone. Huh? Just observe. First we are creating for month. Then within that we are creating for category. Do this much everyone, just do this much. First month and then category. Just do this much. And let me know once you're done. Now within that, while you are doing the subcategory, there is an option called page break between groups. You tick on that, page break between groups. Okay, and you press OK. As such, you will not see anything that has really happened. But what has happened is you get a page break. Okay, so when you say print, Control P, you will see a proper page wise printing of your subcategory if you ever want this. So I could have even done like this. Okay, if I remove all and I say, if you want month wise, you say that okay, at each month you give me a page break, and then for category you don't make a page break. Actually, I think this makes more sense. Yeah, I think this makes more sense. So subcategory. So what I've done is, guys, now I've removed all and I said give me a page break for the month, but not for the category and subcategory. So when I print, I get month wise sheet automatically. Yeah, this makes more sense. Please do this way. Month wise you get a page break, but for category and subcategory you don't take a page break. And then I'll show you one more thing. Then. Please do this quickly. Sorry. I'll repeat, month wise get a page break, but category and subcategory wise don't get a page break. Done everyone, I want to show you one last thing. Alright, please observe now. When I try to print, I don't get my headings in all the pages, yes or no? I don't get my headers in all the pages, yes or no? Right? So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to go into the page layout tab, page layout, and click on print titles. Click on print titles. Okay, in that there's an option called rows to repeat at top. Okay, in that you go ahead and click on the first row, so you'll get a $1, $1. You'll get a $1, $1. And now if you go to print preview and you see the pages, your first row will appear on all the pages in your print. Interesting? So without doing any formatting or anything at all, you were able to get subtotals, you were able to get data on different print pages, plus you were able to get your titles on every page, headings on every page, without doing anything in the data sheet. So our data is still the way it should be, and still you're getting all your reports without any formatting. Interesting, everyone? I hope you all understood this. All right. With that, we are actually done with today's session. We got over 10 minutes early. Last time, that's why I completed by taking a little extra, because I knew that that would take longer, this would take shorter. So we are done with today's session, guys. There's a feedback link. Please make sure that you fill the feedback. But everybody, please finish the assignments. I am not sure if all of you have finished the assignments. Please fill the assignments and don't go without filling the feedback. Please, everyone, the sincere request, don't go without filling the feedback. Sincere request, everyone, don't go without filling the feedback. Thanks, Nishant. Thank you, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed today's class. Today's class was not much of programming. Today was more about features, less of formulas. Okay, so I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.